Hello, welcome to another Lunch Bag Tuesdays from BJ Luxury. This is Jana and thank you for joining me. So today is going to be about vintage bags, right? Okay, so that's why I'm talking like a very calm, sophisticated lady from the 1950s, 1960s and all that, but it's not working out, so let's just get real here. Okay, so hi everybody, thanks for joining me, Jana from BJ Luxury. And but today's show is going to be about vintage Chanel and Hermes bags. Okay, so these are some gorgeous pieces that we have here, really collectible, right? And to begin with, let's start with a really iconic Chanel bag. Now this is a Diana flap, medium size, and this is in black caviar, right? Okay, so the story behind the Diana flap from Chanel is that Princess Diana was featured or pictured so often with this bag that Karl Lagerfeld decided to name it after Princess Di. So he called it the Diana flap bag. Yeah, so that's the story behind this. So this is actually only produced from 1989 to about 1995, and so this is a discontinued model, but it's still absolutely very sought after, this vintage bag here. And this is in black caviar, as you can see there, with the 24 karat gold plating as well. And this particular piece, right, okay, is in excellent condition, as you can see there. So vintage bags would actually be anything that's between 50 to 20 years old. They're considered vintage bags, right? And this particular one that I have in my hand is actually from the year 1991, right? Okay, it's a small, okay, Diana flat bag, black caviar, comes with an authenticity card, entropy certificate and dust bag. Yeah, and this is priced at Singapore dollars 10,130, right? Okay, so these bags are all available on our website, bjluxury.com. And if you go by, you can actually take a look at more details, or even detailed pictures of interior, condition assessment. Okay, so everything is actually there on the website bjluxury.com. So this beautiful Diana flap. Okay, now what I like about vintage bags, right, okay, especially the Chanel vintage bags, of course the quality and the gold hardware is so classy, right? Okay, and the space, right? Okay, so I am a person who really likes bags that I can actually use, and these, right, okay, actually have got lots of space. In fact, I should say even generous with space, right? Okay, so you have a nice interior compartment, easily fits lots of bag. Okay, now in terms of condition, this Diana flap, you can see, okay, it's got some signs of use, okay, especially along the edging and all that, right? But exterior sort of still looks immaculate. And I realized something about these vintage bags as we were taking them out and getting them ready for the show, right? Okay, a lot of these bags, right, can actually be used. They come with a chain, yeah, okay, but it's not a very long chain. So it's actually meant to be either shoulder carried, right, okay, or bags at that time, most of them, right, were actually supposed to be held as a clutch. So the chain actually fits in, okay, or you can drop in the chain into the bag, and then you can actually use them as a clutch on its own. Okay, so the Diana was actually seen on Princess Diana. She used to carry it as a shoulder bag, but for formal occasions, right, okay, you would actually see her carrying this bag often as a clutch, right? Okay, so something like that was her, her very popular pose, I should say, right? And so the Diana flap, iconic of Princess Diana, her style, her elegance, and all that, right? Okay, it's incomparable, right? Okay, and I think the Diana flap bag sort of encompasses all that, and perhaps carrying this, right? Okay, would also you are also able to give off that sort of elegance, right? Okay, so the other thing about vintage bags, of course, is that I always wonder what's the story behind these bags. Okay, these bags have been around for some time, since 1991. This one's like 30 over years old, and you wonder what are all the stories that this bag has seen, where are all the places this bag has been to, right? Okay, and so it's full of history, it's so rich, and of course that look of a vintage bag, yeah. Okay, um, you can't beat the look of a vintage bag. Okay, the moment you carry it, right, you just suddenly sort of become all elegant and all, right? Okay, now speaking of elegance, let me show you another vintage bag that we have. This time it's a Kelly. Now, if you're able to like spot some of the bags that are behind me, right? So all of the bags today are going to be about, vintage bags, right? Okay, everything about vintage bags. So you realize that a lot of them are actually a Kelly. And this one, for example, right? Okay, this is from the year 1989, right? Okay, 1989. But look at that. This is box calf. Yeah, okay, this is box calf. But look at how beautiful the box calf is on this vintage Kelly that I have here. So this is actually a Kelly 20. Right, okay, so Kelly 20. So the base length is 20 cm. But it comes with a very, very easy to use handle, right? Okay, and so this is sort of reminiscent of how ladies used to dress up, right? Okay, and the kind of how they used to carry their bags, right? So as I was okay, as I was going through vintage pictures of vintage bags, right? Okay, I realized that the ladies, they never carried their bags cross-body. It was always hand carried, okay, carried in the crook of their hand, or shoulder carried, or as a clutch, right? Okay, so it was the way that ladies carried their bags at that time. And so, of course, you need a handle that's bigger and not just carrying the hand, but it has to be hands-free as well, yeah? Okay, so this Kelly has got this lovely handle, and just that look itself, okay? Gold hardware, of course. I do not have even one vintage bag here with anything other than gold hardware, right? Okay, so palladium hardware somehow gives it a more a younger feel, okay, a younger vibe, I should say. So for vintage bags, right, every single bag that I have here with me, right, has got gold hardware. And of course, again, it goes back to that elegance that I'm talking about, right? Okay, that feel that we're talking about when looking at vintage bags, yeah. So again, very, very practical in terms, although this was considered a really mini bag for that time, right? Okay, you can still put in a lot of stuff, okay, a lipstick. The lips were red at that time, right? Okay, so your lipstick needs to go in there, okay, and your powder for your nose and stuff like that. Okay, also went in here. Okay, I'm talking about 1980s. It's not like so far back, right? Okay, but even in the 1980s, right, people still, the ladies still used to, dress up meaning really dresses and more formal attire, right? Okay, so the bags also had to match that style, right? And so we have this here. The price on this, right? Okay, this comes with a strap as well. Yeah, okay, it's a short strap. You can shoulder carry this, and this is priced in Singapore dollars 39,320. Okay, box calf black with gold hardware in excellent condition. Right, okay, it's almost like a museum piece. You can actually leave it sitting on as a display piece either as well, and then once in a while you can carry this out, okay, and you have oohs and ahs whenever you carry this, right? Okay, so beautiful candy bag there, right? And talking about mini bags, okay, I think this is by far the smallest vintage bag that should be around. Okay, look at this. This is a Kelly 15, right? Okay, and the color is what do you call it? Rouge H. Okay, so Rouge H is also a classic color, right? Considered classic. This is from the year 1992. Okay, Kelly 15. And again, I can just imagine walking into a party carrying this, okay, beautifully, in a beautiful long dress, hair and perfect, immaculate, okay, and the ladies would just waltz in with this, okay, at some formal dinner or function, right? Okay, so this beautiful piece actually comes with a strap as well. It's got this really cute little strap, and so today, right? Okay, so this is how it was originally when it was made, right? Okay, that was how it was carried in the hand like this when you walk in, really dainty, something very very dainty, right? Okay, but today, right? Okay, so ladies, how would you then carry your vintage bags? So what are some styles that you would carry your vintage bags with? So if you follow our IG, you realize that this was actually carried crossbody, and it still looked absolutely beautiful, right? Okay, when you crossbody this, because the strap is actually long enough to crossbody, and it really looks like so you don't really carry much in this. Okay, a handphone will not fit into this, but cards, lipstick, and stuff like that, car keys even, right, might fit into this. So this is really an accessory right now. Bags are not only meant to be functional, but it's also actually what do you call that, more of an accessory. I mean, come on, our handphones, right? Okay, whatever you use to keep in your handbag, okay, your money, access to your car, for example, things like that, right? Okay, all that actually goes into your handphone right now, and you just need your handphone. You can walk out with just a handphone, right? Okay, so your handbags no longer need to hold as many things as it used to, right? But having said that, this is still another beautiful piece. Okay, I have to bring this up close to you. Okay, check out the turn lock on that. Okay, look at that. Okay, absolutely beautiful craftsmanship as well. Okay, that's the other thing about vintage bags, of course. Okay, the craftsmanship that you see on these bags. So this is from the year 1992. Price is Singapore dollars 39,320. Right? Okay, Kelly 15, beautiful vintage piece as well. Right? Okay. So talking about, I have one more Kelly that I want to share with you. Also a mini Kelly, also extremely rare find. Yeah. So the vintage bags are becoming more and more difficult to find. So they're highly collectible, especially when they are in such wonderful, I would say, condition. Okay. So I have here a Kelly 20, and you notice that this doesn't actually have a handle, right? Okay, but it has got a beautiful short strap. Yeah. Okay, so you would actually shoulder carry this, and the color is actually cognac. Right, it looks like gold because it has actually darkened over the years. This is from the year 2003, so it's 20 years old. It's 2003. Gold hardware, of course. Right, okay. There's nothing short of gold hardware, for all these vintage bags. And look at that. Ostrich in the colors cognac, and the condition, right? It's, well, okay. Yes, there are some rubs, okay, that's darkened at certain places and all that, right? But overall, this is still an absolutely drop dead gorgeous bag, right? And this comes with box and a dust bag, okay? This is from the year 2003, and the price for this is Singapore dollars $45,000. Okay, $45,000 for a Kelly 20 that is like what do you call it? Such a rare find, right? Okay, I'm sort of speechless by the beauty on this bag, yeah, and in immaculate, I should say, condition. And I have to show you again the hardware on this, right? Okay, look at that. The gold plating on this Kelly 20 is very different. If you have a current, gold plated Hermes bag, right, you can actually see the difference in the quality. So these bags, right, as you can see, have been stood the test of time, right? Okay, and they are still very very usable. They are still in tip-top condition, I should say, right? Okay, so if you were to open this up, the interior of this is just like a modern day Kelly 20, right? Still one compartment, and together with the back pocket there. So in terms of space, the dimensions and all that, right, this Kelly 20 is very similar to the current Kelly 20. But look at how beautiful, the leather is on the inside. Even the feel of it. Okay, so we had a customer who came in last week, and she wanted to see vintage bags. So as I opened this up, right, she was like, oh, the sound of that turn lock. It's so different from the modern day turn lock. So let's hear it. Not very loud, I should say. Okay, so that sound apparently is very different from the modern day turn lock, the sound that it makes right when it comes out. Yeah, it's got a heavier sort of sound to it, right? That I suppose that's because of the metal that's used, right? So slight things like this, right? Okay, if you are the sort of person who loves vintage bags, right? Okay, there's quite a few for you to choose from. Yeah, okay. Of course, there's always that sustainability, the component of it as well. Okay, vintage bags. Um, it does leave a smaller carbon footprint. There's also the environment friendly reason for it as well, and of course the fact that you are actually using something, like I said, right? Okay, or having something, owning something that you can actually see the difference in terms of the craftsmanship, in terms of the materials used, and the smoothness of the metal, the sound of the turn lock, okay, the feel of the leather, right? If you're a person who loves vintage bags, right, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And also, just the pure elegance and beauty of these bags, right? Okay, even if you're not using them you love these bags, you always own them, and they are great conversation starters as well. So have it displayed there, and you can always talk about them. So cognac, Kelly 20, ostrich leather, and this is from the year 2003. Price on this is Singapore dollars $45,000, and that of course includes your credit card charges. If you go by the website djluxury.com and you look up Kelly 20, okay, this beauty will come up, and the bank transfer price will be there. Okay, you will actually notice that that's actually the best price as well. Okay, so do take a look at this. Okay, I hope this baby finds a home soon. Okay, it's just very very pretty, right? Okay, now another what do you call that? The other thing that we realized as we were putting the bags up here, really getting ready for the show, was the color, right? Okay, so we realized that all the vintage bags, right? Okay, they are from very neutral shades. There were no pops of color. There Chanel burgundy, right? Okay, I think it was like the brightest color around at that time. Most of them are in like earth tones or black, right? Black being the most common shade that among the vintage bags. Yeah, okay. So I have here, this is called an East-West flat bag, also called a chocolate bar. Right, okay, this is also a vintage Chanel bag. Right, okay, you can see the antique gold hardware on this here, and again it's got a short chain strap, and this is actually removable. Okay, there's a claw that can be removed, because like I mentioned, right, okay, the bags at that time, most of them use these as evening purses, right? Okay, and it was used as a clutch, right? Even for daytime and all that, right? They use this as a clutch or as a very very simple elegant bag. So they had very simple lines, right? Okay, and very clean silhouette for the bags. And this one, okay, again affords a lot of space. The interior is nice, elongated, right? Okay, it's got the Chanel, what do you call that, stamp at the back there, right? And you have the option of carrying it on the shoulder or putting it in and using it on its own as a handheld clutch bag, right? The interior is actually a gold silk lining, it's not leather. Okay, I'll just show you. So the interior is actually gold fabric leather on the inside. Okay, it's such a luxurious feel, carrying these bags. And we actually have two shades of this. I have it in this shade, and I've got a muted, like a salmon, sort of pink, not salmon, like a very light pink as well. Now, so East-West flat bag, they also call it chocolate bar. No explanation needed for why this is called a chocolate bar. Okay, one look at this and you know exactly what we're talking about. And the price on this is Singapore dollars 3,200. So this is actually caramel, the color is caramel, lambskin is the leather. Yeah, So, you know, we've got people who are afraid of buying lambskin bags, and they are like, no, 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 carrier's only bag. But this is from the year 2000, yeah, okay? So this is a 23-year-old bag, okay? And it is still in absolutely excellent condition, okay? So yes, there are some crease lines and all that, yeah, but overall, your lambskin, Chanel lambskin bag that I have here, right, okay, 23-year-old caramel lambskin, what do you call it, chocolate bar that I have here, right, okay, it's still very, very, very usable, right? And more than usable, I should say. Okay, it's you can easily bring this out with no one will flinch and say, ooh, what's wrong with the bag, or something like that, right? And this price is Singapore dollars, $3,200. Yeah, look at that, beautiful, right? So if you're looking for vintage bags, Chanel chocolate bar, okay, so you can actually what do you call that? Come by and take a look at these bags, yeah. And then so yes. So let's look at what else I have here, and you can, okay, sorry, there's someone trying to get into the store, right, okay. So the next one that I would actually like to be talking about is that this Constance 23, also a vintage bag, right, black box scarf, gold hardware. And again, you realize that the strap is actually much shorter than your current Constance models, right? Okay, your Constance 18 and your Constance 24. So this strap is actually shorter compared to Constance 24 or Constance 18. And you also have a back pocket here that you can actually make use of, right? So it will be something that you can shoulder carry, and then you have, again, this is a single compartment. So, you know, compared to the current Constance 24s, this is actually slimmer. So remember I was talking to you about the silhouettes of vintage bags, okay? Again, you get very clean, very streamlined sort of look. So the Constance 23, which is a vintage model, is a single compartment. Let me show you, there you go. One single compartment, back zippered pocket, yeah, and there's a outer pocket as well for you to keep your things in. So if you like the Constance but you're looking for something slimmer, the cleaner silhouette, right? Okay, that's this Constance 23 vintage. This is from the year 1977. Okay, so this is from the year 1977. Gold hardware, but again, okay, so there are some scuffs. It can be expected, yeah, okay. This is almost 50 years old, right, okay, and there are some marks and all that, okay, but overall, there's some scratches and on the front, okay, but overall, right, tell me this is not beautiful, right, okay, how is that, okay. So I've got a question from Miss Popo, right? Okay, and she's asking how much is this? So this Constance 23 is going for Singapore dollars 11,100. Okay, this is going for Singapore dollars 11,100. Again, that is you know, inclusive of credit card charges. So do go by the website to take a look at the bank transfer price, right? And so you go look at Constance 23, right? Okay, you would have the WT pop-up, right? Okay, you have this there. And so box scarf, a lot of Hermes vintage bags actually in box scarf. Again, a smooth leather, right? And again, it's a leather that many people are like, no, you know, it's very hard to maintain this box scarf leather. But I mean, come on, 1977 bag here. Hello, look at that, how beautiful that is. And as you use your box scarf, right, you will realize that it becomes more shiny. It's almost like a satin finish to it there, as you can see when it catches the light. Okay, it just adds on to that luxurious feel of these vintage bags, like what I mentioned. And of course, gold hardware. Nothing else, okay, would go on these vintage bags. It's all gold hardware, right? Okay, so it's 11,100 Singapore dollars. again, that's for inclusive of credit card charges or installment charges, yeah. Okay, if not, go by the website bjluxury.com and get the bank transfer price for these vintage bags. Okay, so that's the Constance 23 as well. So just like these iconic, vintage bags that I'm talking about, okay, I have one more. This is a vintage Chanel bag next. It's a flat bag, yeah, okay. Look at that, okay. So you will realize that again, it's very similar to the shape of the Constance. Handbags at that time, okay, were really, this was like the sort of a basic shape. This is how handbags had to look like, again, the shape, the size, right? You have to put in your wallets and everything, right? Okay, and look, it has to be practical, so both of them actually have got a back pocket going on, okay, exterior back pocket there, right? And you have a single compartment in the, inside as well. And let me show you, and then you have the signature Chanel double C's, right? Okay, and that signature Chanel red, a dark deep red, that's associated with Chanel, right? Okay. Show the interior. There you go. Okay, and of course the Chanel, the vintage bags, right, had these compartments for your lipstick. So you had like a lipstick holder in the center there, a smaller holder. The reason for that, okay, your lipstick will not be rolling around on the inside. You would actually place it up there, and when you need to touch up, right, you go to the powder room, pick that up, okay, come back with beautiful red lips. And that's why you have that, it's also in the Chanel, in the Chanel Diana flat, right, okay, and you have it in the back there as well. And two smaller compartments, you want to put, your tissue, handkerchief, I don't know, right, okay, so but there's a lot of space for your bags, as well as another compartment in the front, right, okay, so highly user-friendly, very well thought out, right, okay, to make your life easier, right, ladies, okay, and of course the hardware on this, okay, let me bring it up close, look at that, 24 karat plated Chanel hardware, right. In terms of the chain, right, you can feel the weight of the 24 karat gold as well, and the look of it, okay, so it's you can really see the goldness, right, okay, it's yellow gold, so you can really see that it's gold. There's no mistaking it, whether it's gold or silver or anything else, okay, and yes, so this chain, again, it can fall into your bag, and it can be carried as a clutch, right, okay, or you can actually, right now, you can actually make it into a longer chain if you were to shorten it, and you can shoulder carry this as well, or shoulder carry it at just under your arm as well, right, okay, and the price on this, let me give you the details on this first. This is from the year 1988, okay? So this is from the year 1988. Comes with authenticity card and a dust bag, and the price of this is Singapore dollars 3,628. Okay, 3,628 for this Chanel vintage bag from the year 1988. 24 karat gold plating on this. It's lambskin, black lambskin, and of course the signature Chanel double C's, and basically just that Chanel look. The moment you open it up, right, you're like, oh, that's a beautiful vintage bag that you are having there, right? Okay, so this is another Chanel vintage that we have. So as you're picking out, you realize that, we've got brand new bags from Chanel, of course, right? Okay, and then we have these gorgeous Chanel vintage pieces as well, right? So do drop by, take a look at them, and if nothing else, just to enjoy the beauty of these vintage bags, right? Okay. So a few more Hermes vintage bags that I do have with me, right? Okay. And I just want you to take a look and see which are the leathers that have actually lasted over all these years, 20 over years, for example. So you have your Chanel caviar, of course, Chanel lambskin, right, okay, from the examples that we saw earlier. Box scarf, right, okay. So box scarf, a lot of vintage bags from Hermes actually made from box scarf, as you know, and these bags have lasted as well, okay. The other one that I shared with you was, of course, this beautiful K20. This is ostrich skin, right, okay, in terms of exotic leathers, ostrich skin. This is 20 years old, right, okay, look at that, okay, and if you take care of your exotic leathers, okay, let me share with you this Kelly 32. This is Process Crocodile, and this is also 20 years old. This is also from the year 2003, considered vintage, okay? And just look at this, okay? Shiny Process Crocodile, Kelly 32. Gold hardware. Okay, there's been some work done on this, of course, right? Okay, the D rings haven't changed, right? Okay, the rings haven't changed, so you've got the double D rings now, and but the rest of it, like, still beautiful. Okay, Process Croc. So, and it's black. Look at that. In the interior scales are even more gorgeous, right? Okay, let me put this back. So imagine this is truly today a statement bag, right? Okay, a Kelly 32 Process Crocodile, black shiny Process Crocodile, and so imagine you walk into a room. Into dinner, right, carrying this on your arms, I'm sure heads will turn, right, okay. If it doesn't, there's something wrong. Perhaps they have a stiff neck, right, okay, but otherwise, right, heads will turn. And this is, like I said, 20 years old. Comes with strap, clochette, lock keys, rain protector, and 2 dust bags. Process crop, right, okay, one of the best crocodiles. And the price of this, right, is Singapore dollars 46,200, okay, 46,200 for this Kelly 32 black Process Crocodile with gold hardware, right, okay. How beautiful is that? So when it catches the light, I realize that when it's catching the light, it looks blue, it looks dark blue sometimes, it looks even greenish, a tinge of green sometimes, okay, but it is black Process Crocodile, Kelly 32 with gold hardware, Singapore dollars 46,200. Okay, how beautiful is that? Come on and get this beauty, right? Okay, enjoy the beauty. Okay, carry it, walk in and command the room, I would say. Yes, this is such a bag, right? Okay, it's a vintage 20-year-old Process Crocodile, 20 years old, right? Okay, it's stunningly beautiful. And you just have to like maintain the leather, bring it in for a spa once in a while, okay, and look, 20-year-old crop. So the bags that you buy, right, okay, with a little bit of maintenance, right, okay, they will last you all these Hermes and Chanel bags as well, right, okay. Now talking about vintage, I have another one here. Okay, this time it's chef leather, okay, and yes, so this is from the year 2003 as well, okay, so another 20-year-old bag, this time chef leather. Chef is a goat skin, okay, and this color, right, okay, we aren't sure exactly what, it's like a brown shade, okay, so you realize that all the bags that I've shown you today, they're all the color, same color family, right, and you look at this, oh yes, I have someone who says, I want this bag. Okay, I'm not sure that it was referring to this one, the previous, the crop, right, okay, but this Kelly is a Kelly 28, the one that I'm having here, okay, and this comes with a strap, clochette, lock keys, and the dust bags, right, okay, and when you carry this chef leather, okay, right? Again, gold hardware, right? Twinkling away at you there, right? As it catches the light. And look at how beautiful this is. It's Kelly 28, Kelly 28 retune, okay, rounded edges, chef leather, okay, and the color is also very, very. So when you carry a vintage bag, right, somehow or other, right, it exudes that elegance and exudes that classic look, you know, when you're carrying these vintage bags. Yes. So this is a size 28. The earlier one that I showed you is a Salier. Right, okay, so this is the Salier, Kelly 32, black Ross's crocodile. And this is a size 32, okay, Salier. Okay. Compared to my Kelly 28 retune, okay, chef leather. Yeah. Okay, so you can see the two bags there. Just a comparison for the size as well, right? Okay, and most of the vintage bags, right? Okay, used to be in the size 28 for Kelly especially. Used to be 28 or 32. Those are the vintage bag sizes that we see. So the smaller vintage bags that we have, right? Okay, are actually even a more rare find. It's much harder to find actually mini vintage bags. Okay, so this Kelly 28 also very, very gorgeous piece. All the essentials are still there: clochette, lock keys, strap, and dust bag. And the price of this is Singapore dollars 18,270. Yeah. Okay. So the thing with vintage bags is there could have been some touch-ups or work done to it. Yeah. So you have to be open to the condition of the bags for vintage, right? And there are some signs of color touch-up on this bag here, right? Okay, but like I said, it's to be expected after all these years. So it's perfect for your own personal use. Actually, it sort of spruces up the vintage bag and it looks even more beautiful. Okay, Kelly 28, chef leather, brown, right? So beautiful. And one more Kelly. So you realize that vintage bags, right? The Kelly is a bag that somehow lasts for all these years. So the one that I have in my hand, this is also from the year 1977. Okay, 1977 Kelly Salier. Size is a 32. Okay, so this is a Kelly 32. Rouge hitch, right? Okay, box scarf, gold hardware, and this comes with just a dust bag. Okay, it doesn't have a strap either. It's still in the original condition in the sense the hardware hasn't been changed. It's still a single ring, as you can see there. Okay, gold plated hardware on the frontal lock. Wow. And okay, it's a Salier. So look at the back, right? Okay. Even the feet, right, there's some oxidation going on. It's from 1977, okay, and so this has no straps, just the bag only, and the price for this, right, okay, is Singapore dollars 8,230, okay, Singapore dollars 8,230. So the other thing about the vintage bags, right, okay, for Hermes and Chanel, right, they still hold value. So a bag from 1977, right, okay, there is of course some cracks at the top here because it's box scarf, the opening and closing and all that, right? If you don't moisturize the leather and keep it maintained, right, okay, there would be some drying out, there's some cracks that appear in the bag. So you would tend to get it more visible as in this case, right? Okay, so this bag has no cracks. It's still the original condition in the sense that it's still a single ring for the strap, which this bag doesn't have. Okay, so it's basically just the bag, right? Okay, and what's the price? 8,000 plus, right? So the thing I'm coming to, right, is these bags hold its value. So you're never going to be able to find like even a vintage bag from 1970s, right? Okay, Hermes bag is going for like $1,000. No, So there is actually a floor, and the bags would actually not fall below. So your bags that you buy will always have a value. It actually holds a value up to a certain level, right? Okay, it's never going to be able to drop below that. So 1977 bag is going for 8,000 plus, right? Okay, I would think, I mean, compared to the original price that this bag was bought from, it's probably higher than the original price that it was bought in 1977, right, for these vintage bags. See what I mean, right? So if you pass it on to your kids, grandchildren, I don't know, okay, it will still have value to it. And of course, the idea that it's a bag that's going to last all these years, that's something you can actually pass on as like an heirloom as well. I always so sometimes you pass on pieces of jewelry, right? Okay, like this is your grandmother's earrings, these are now yours, okay? And this is your grandmother's chain, right? Okay, stuff like that. Okay, so instead of jewelry, something that people, like today, you don't really buy jewelry to pass it on, and you don't buy it with that idea, right? Okay, but bags, okay, so we do have a lot of ladies who come in to buy bags, right? Okay, and they ask things like how long will it last and all that. So you see, they last, right? Okay, this is, like I said, it's almost 15 years old. 46 years old. Okay, I'm just doing the math in my head. 46 years old. This bag is 46 years old, from 1977. This is not the only 1977 bag, right? There's the other one is also from the year 1977. Okay, so these are like 46-year-old bags, and they are still, very usable, right? Okay, so the bag that you buy today, 46 years later, right, you can have it and you can give it to your grandchildren and say, look, this is something that you can remember me by, right? Instead of jewelry, because the youngsters nowadays, right, they don't really like to wear jewelry, right? So there's an alternative here for you to invest in and think long term, right? Okay, so vintage bags, the stories behind the vintage bags and all, right? So I showcased 10 bags today. So all these are available on our website, bjluxury.com, and I hope you enjoyed looking at them as much as I enjoyed showing them and sharing the stories and all with you, right? Okay, and thank you for joining me, Jana, on BJ Luxury's Lunch Bag Tuesday. So I'll see you next week with more exciting bags. Bye.
So maybe the small one might look at another. Right. You only got the blue, right?